What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Rob's Gaming Table. Today on the table we have another Game of Thrones, a card game, second edition video for you, brought to you by these awesome people that support the channel at patreon.com/Rob's Gaming Table. Thank you so much for the donations. Much appreciated. We got Sean playing Targ Wars to Come against Brad playing Tyrell Wars to Come. We've seen Brad and Sean in previous games in this series. If you guys haven't checked those out, go check out the playlist at Rob's Gaming Table on YouTube. Lots of Thrones there. More Thrones coming up on the channel. Make sure you subscribe, hit that alarm bell button, and make sure you hit the like button. Helps other people find these videos when they're searching for the game. We're searching Game of Thrones on YouTube, and maybe we can rope in some new players. All right, we got Danny out there. 5-cost Danny with a duped Rhaegal on the Targ side, and then we have Begging Brothers, a Hightower Spy, Flea Bottom, and a Rose Garden on the Tyrell side of things. So we're in the top 8. It's elimination here. Winner goes on to the top 4. We got another top 8 game coming up, two top 4 games in the finals, so stay tuned for that. And here we go, the exchange for information. We've seen Sean open with this twice already in previous games at least. And a Noble Cause opened on the Tyrell side, looking to play some Lord or Lady action. And he's only hit 2 card types. We've seen him hit 4 in the previous ones. This time 4 events and a pile of characters. So a lot of burn cards there to choose from. He's going to do Viserys is the choice for character. That was quick and easy, it seemed like. I think you go Dragon is no slave since it can't hit characters with attachments. It doesn't really, it's not full terminal. It needs Danny, but hey, Danny's on the board right now, so I mean, they're all dangerous, really. But at least with Danny, can be canceled off a Begging Brother if it had gold. But I mean, he has Begging Brothers, most likely more of them in the deck. And maybe he's got another one in hand. He can get out there with some gold on it to prevent Danny from doing a couple of her triggers.
Yep.
So the Tyrell player, Brad, is going first. We got Standy Randy on the board here. First turn. Does he have any strength buffs? He's got a Red Wind Stray. That's going to be it. So no gold left for Flea Bottom. No Hightower to generate gold. No gold for ambushing characters in to buff Randy up and stand him. So very weird start for the Tyrell player. Danny is now a king. She's got a Beggar King attached to her there.
Yeah, if I have less gold, if my reveal pot's less gold than yours, then I get plus 2 golds.
And there's that Viserys we saw come back to hand from the exchange of information. So now I'm seeing a little discrepancy here in Econ. So the Tyrell player already getting that Econ base going with the Red Wind Straits plus the Rose Road. It's going to help him going forward. And the Targ player not seeing any Econ. I mean, he's got Beggar King, but he's got to play lower gold plots for that. So, and yeah, an Isle of Ravens, not a Rose Road, which would be nice right now, or something along those lines. But all the dupes there, that should help him keep some characters around. So he should be able to hold off being reset.
5 cards in hand? 5 cards in hand.
So he's going to go Intrigue for 3 with Begging Brother. And Rhaegal and Danny are going to block. He likes his cards in hand. So now military with Randall. Get rid of a dupe. And Viserys dupe gone away. And we get a Renown on Randy, of course.
And then I guess I don't want you to seal that power, so that'll be it.
And he's going to stop there on challenges, leave the Hightower Spy to defend against Viserys. So it will block there, and then Dominance will tie.
Previously stated.
So not too exciting of a first turn. A little weird board setups on both sides. So we got Confiscation, get rid of the Beggar King before it can trigger off on this Counting Coppers. There's only 2 gold. It's an econ problem. That's what I was talking about here. It's when a Targ deck's playing Beggar King, you know they're playing low gold plots, and if they can't get the econ to help them out, and in this case, Beggar King can get controlled, that's going to be trouble for the Targ player. Although a Targ player can always bomb in Kotho and Missandei's and stuff out of hand, so they can usually make up for that lack of econ, but...
And we will draw 2.
Also protects him if he thought, I guess, a king in the north was coming, and he could discard the Beggar King before the Targ player can't trigger anything then if they don't have a king in play.
I'll be surprised if you have another one.
And he puts a Beggar King right back out on Danny. And gets Leo's Estate out there to help pay for it. And saves 2.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
All right, so we got a great haul to start here for his limited, or for his limited. Kneels it right away, along with the Rose Garden. And we got Leighton Hightower in play. Very weird seeing Randall and Leighton come out early and not seeing like a Marjorie, a Renly, or a Mace or anything yet. It's kind of weird. I mean, those guys are pretty much expendable in this deck, I'm sure. Yeah, we see he's holding a couple copies of left or right there. Maybe he doesn't want to put them out with the burn available. Doesn't think they'll be able to stand up to it. But at this point, it looks like any of his characters are burnable. Even Randall could be a target. So Intrigue with Rygel for 3 to start from the Targaryen player Sean here.
I will use Flea Bottom.
And we got a Flea Bottom here.
Yeah, that's fine. I could have filed the Ravens are back in, but it's fine. This, I will trigger pump up.
So Hightower Spy. Sean mentions he could have used Isle of Ravens first, but didn't realize it. And +1 bump on somebody there. I'm not sure who he did it on. Looks like he's trying to protect his hand, though. He's going to throw a Begging Brother in front.
All right, it is all yours.
So I guess he bumped the Begging Brother.
I'll spend 2, then minus him by 2.
So Dragon is no slave on Leighton Hightower, then Danny's reaction killing Leighton. Before he can go off and drop a 4-cost Tyrell card into play, I believe. Now, 1 strength power challenge with Viserys. Blocks with a Hightower Spy. Successfully defended, it sounds like. And now military with Randall. Slowly chewing through those dupes.
No defenders.
So no defenders on the military. Another power gain there. And he's going to get a renown on Randall. And Viserys dupe. And now an intrigue with the High Tower Spy for 2. Do see a Missandei in hand. We see a Kotho. Is this the round they're going to come into play, though? I don't think so. I don't see it happening. He's going to block for 3.
No, I forgot. He would have been kneeling. 2, 3, 4. I might have an action before Dominance gets into it. No, that's fine.
So he allows Dominance to go. He's not going to drop Kotho into play yet. Doesn't have to discard him either, because Counting Coppers is 10 reserve. And then we see the High Tower Spy go to the bottom of the deck there. That came in off Flea bottom.
Alright, all good? Yeah. Another one.
So another Counting Coppers and another Confiscation. So Sean, the Targaryen player, was betting that Beggar King would stick around, but it did not. And it's going to get confiscated again.
I'll do yours first. Okay, gets rid of that.
So the Tyrell player choosing the Targ player to go first. And he's going to confiscation away the Beggar King, of course, and draw 3 cards.
Usually 2 gold again.
So he's okay with the 2 gold, I think, because he's got the Kotho, the Missandei. He has Lero's Estate. Maybe he's got another one. You can get another body on the board or another location, kind of seed for the future. Maybe throw something in shadows, like an Aegon Targaryen if he's got it. So he's not totally pooched from losing the Beggar King and having barely any economy. And, oh, Slayer's Bay Port, there you go. Pays for itself basically because of the Lero's Estate. And he's going to save the 2 gold. Now the Tyrell player's turn to Marshall here. He's got, should I think I have 6 gold to work with, plus the Rose Garden and the Great Hall. And right is put into play with a dupe. See, he's got a large margin hand also. We got a Scheming Septon in play. He's going to save 4 gold, though. No Old Town yet to work with the Scheming Septon.
I have nothing in your discard pile?
Yeah, no targets for Flea Bottom. They're just checking there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do have a pre-challenge. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I'm going to try to Nightmares.
So pre-challenge Nightmares there on Danny.
Okay. Sorry. No worries. Let's go with an Intrigue.
So 3 Strength Intrigue with Danny. So a 4 strength defense here. Any burn effects coming? We got the gold, we got the dragon. Got tons of cards in hand. Looks like he's okay with the block there.
We'll go with a power.
And a 1 strength power challenge coming in from Viserys. There's no power on the Targ player's house card. You might want to let that go through just so we get some power. So Scheming Septon's going to be popped, getting 2 gold, drawing a card. And of course he's going to go to the top of the deck. Did he get something he can ambush in?
Yeah,
He's going to put the Begging Brother in front for 3 to 1.
Okay.
And successfully defended.
Let's go with the military.
And now 3 strength military from Rygel. And Randall's going to jump in front of that. So the Tyrell player Brad here is playing super defensive.
Okay.
Makes sense. Slow down the other player while he builds up his board. Get some power out of it. I mean, that power might not stick around forever with Randall staying on the board, but we'll see. And now a challenge from the Tyrell player, possibly a military here with Wright for 2. He's afraid of maybe getting him burned through. Maybe he does have an ambush character you can throw at him first. Try to hit the intrigue or force the burn off the intrigue first. Then he doesn't lose a duped Wright. Yeah, High Tower Spy. Oh, maybe he can buff the strength on Wright to help prevent him from being burned. Oh, he's actually going to do Randall. Makes sense. Stand him back up. Scheming Septon, giving a 2 bump. So Randall is now a 7. And Intrigue coming in from the High Tower Spy. For 2, you either force a burn card here or maybe get one out of hand. You're going to see Quotho jump into play. Get the second Suns lined up in the discard pile. Missandei in play. I think now's the time. You don't want to lose the Quotho. Get him a hit on the Intrigue challenge. Then again, if you're preparing for a reset, you maybe don't want to load the board. But here he comes. Quotho, Missandei, and second Suns to the discard pile. Yep. Standard Targ plays here. Standard Targ plays. And he'll block for 5, preventing the unopposed. Oh, sorry, it's an Intrigue. Intrigue, yeah, he blocked the Intrigue for 5. 2 strength from a High Tower Spy. Wasn't Randall, my bad. Now a military from Randall for 7. Here we go. And no defenders on that. And Viserys dies for claim. Or not. I think you take a dupe off Rygel in this case. I want to wait till there's a nice juicy attachment out there you can discard. Yeah, dupe off Rygel makes sense. Just gotta make sure he kneels Rygel down though. Yeah, there we go. It's corrected. So Isle of Ravens, Beggar King back into the deck of the Targ player there. He's going to need that econ, he thinks, so I might still try to get it back out into play. 2 confiscation gone, he doesn't have to worry about that anymore.
So we're 4 to 4, yep.
So looks like they tie for Dom. So 8 power on the Tyrell side, 0 power on the Targ side. And we have pulling the strings into fortified position. All characters' text boxes are blanked. And the Tyrell player wins initiative, chooses the target player to go first. He's going to do a Counting Coppers hit off the pulling the strings. Classic play, draw some cards. I think we see Hightower in the hand of the Tyrell player now.
Same thing as last turn. That, pay 1, Neil gets back.
Another Slaver's Bay port in play now.
Let's keep trying this.
Baker King again on Danny.
Can't run any more than 2 confiscations unless you got some real heavy tech with weapons at the door.
So Shadow Black Lane in there to help draw some of those events after winning intrigues.
When you win an intrigue on attack or defense.
Yep.
Do you kneel your house card?
Yes.
Okay, and top 10 for a Targ event?
Yep.
Okay.
That's okay. I'll keep 5.
Alright.
Or 4 rather, sorry. 1 less, but
So 4 gold saved on the Targ side. Over to the Tyrell player for his marshalling.
7.
Tyrell player's got a handful of cards now. Let's see what he does with it.
So all the characters have blank text this turn?
correct.
3 for the high.
So Hightower for 3, being reduced by the Rose Garden there. And a Great Hall for the limited. So the 2 Great Halls knelt. And we got Brienne in play for 3. And gets a gold back off a Hightower and draws a card.
And I'll sit on that one.
Okay.
And saves 1 gold on the Tyrell side. Everyone's blank character-wise, so no renown on Brienne or Randall, no abilities. Danny doesn't have any text, so she can't do her sharpshooting there. So over to the Targ player for his challenges. See if we can get some power and get on the board here. See if he's going to burn through some characters. Put some pressure on this Tyrell player before he just gets all the pieces together. Before Mace comes around. Maybe he's saving all his burn for Mace. He's got to burn Randall at some point. Can't let him keep running wild. So it sounds like an intrigue with Kotho for 5. Maybe putting more characters in here in Masandi. 7 strength intrigue. Masandi and Kotho.
That will be on
So no defenders on that.
Reaction.
It's going to react off Shadow Black Lane. Looking through the top 10 cards of the deck after kneeling his faction card. Looking for an in-house event. Looks like it's going to be a Dragon is no slave.
Dragon is a slave.
And he gets some power here on his house card, getting unopposed. See what he hits for Intrigue Claim. It's Tears of Lease. No real good targets for that right now. Just waiting for a waiting for a Khal Drogo on that one.
I mean, maybe Khal Drogo.
Yeah, you just heard Brad mention it. Khal Drogo's the target you want.
How much time? Half hour. Okay.
30 minutes left in the round. We just heard the call.
I'll go with the power.
So 1 strength poking power challenge here. Can be easily defended on the other side, but we know he's got at least 1 burn card in hand. But again, Danny is blank. So that Dragon is no Slave can't be used to add the terminal to it that he would need. And we got a 4 strength block. Wow. Could do a military with Rhaegal, but I don't think that's going to get through. It just leaves him, yeah, he's got to pass there. He's got to block some unopposed here, prevent the power gain from the Tyrell player. So Intrigue to start with the Begging Brother, someone he doesn't care about. Pokes with it, try to force the burn, but we're going to have a full block here with Rhaegal and Danny. 3 to 6. And now leaves it open for possibly an unopposed military and an unopposed power. Yeah. So now a power with Brienne.
Consuming Flames.
Oh, he's got a Consuming Flames to burn Brienne.
He's a minus 3, and then yes. Yeah, okay.
And then he'll play Dragon is no Slave. That will burn. So 2 cards, some gold. He's got to pitch some cards just to get rid of Brienne there since he didn't have the Danny trigger.
I'll do a military.
Now military with Randall, which seems pretty safe after that. And that goes unopposed. Kills Viserys. And dominance to the Tyrell player. So Tyrell player sitting at 10. Targ player sitting at 1. Are we going to see a reset shake this board up here and maybe swing things around for the Targ player? Are we going to see Khal Drogo hit the board, maybe really put some pressure on the Tyrell player, maybe get some renown generating? So we have Late Summer Feast on the Tyrell side into Blood of the Dragon on the Targ side. Targ player looking to maybe do some more burn here. Or maybe scare the Tyrell player off from doing so many challenges. So he's going to let the Tyrell player go first. There's the Beggar King trigger, finally. Again, a couple of gold.
Draw 2.
So big gold plot here on the Tyrell side. Who are we going to see come down here? We're going to see Renly? Are we going to see Marge? Are we going to see Mace? Oh, there's a great haul to start. Yep, we're seeing some big bodies here. Maybe. He's got a large Marge in hand. Or Tinder Marge, whatever. So Ellery Tyrell coming in, and it's going to trigger to search the top 10 cards, I believe, looking for the 3 cost or less Tyrell character to add to hand. Maybe looking for the other left or right.
I'm first.
You're first, yes.
Okay. Left.
Yeah, he's gonna get left. The other pair to the combo there makes sense.
One of them anyway.
And then we got a Slaver's Bayport triggered on the other side, getting a gold.
And then when she comes in, I'll trigger the high.
And we got High Tower trigger off of Ellery, drawing a card, getting a gold.
So then
And then a Milk on Danny. And Great Hall's getting in Marjorie Tyrell for basically free. And there is left.
Okay.
And a Scheming Acceptance sits on 3 gold, it looks like.
Alright.
So let's see what the Targ player is going to marshal here. Look at that. 2 rows of characters on the Tyrell side. Big wide row of locations. Tyrell players again nicely set up here. Making it hard for the Targ player to rip through that with burn. It's too many bodies. It's just got to try to kill the important bodies. But now with Marjorie out there, if Randall dies, he's just going to bring in Renly or Mace. And if it's Mace, he can make up that power real quick that is lost off Randall. Juicy's got a Crown of Gold in hand. So Stormcrow's coming in for 1. He's going to bestow. And that's going to help him reduce some strength there. But it's his challenge actions, though. But, I mean, with the plot out there... Oh, he's not going to play the Crown of Gold. And Stormcrows gets a Nightmares in challenges to prevent them from sniping characters with the plot. With the Blood of the Dragon plot. So Brad doing a good job of protecting his board against the Targ burn. Now, Brad winning challenges here. He's going to give forced reactions to his opponent and drawing cards. And Targ drawing cards is a bad thing, especially when he's got a couple gold saved. So you might not want to necessarily win too many challenges here, but maybe he doesn't care since has 10 power. So an intrigue of 2 due to the plot reducing the Baking Brother by 1. And Danny's going to block for 3. And now a 2 strength power challenge with Ellery. The only thing that could defend right now we see is Missandei for 1. And yeah, still loses the power challenge though, and there's a power to claim. Oh, they need to force reaction though off Late Summer Feast. Looks like they may have missed it.
You only won 1. Right?
Only one.
Whoops,
Okay, so
you just drew 2.
Yeah, you only won 1. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, yeah. I assumed that you won 2.
Yeah, he just accidentally drew 2 cards, thinking Late Summer Feast, but he only draws 1. He gets a Khal Drogo there. Puts the other card back on top of the deck. I don't know if he saw it or not, but either way, they're okay with it, and they move on.
I will not
So sounds like Brad's going to pass on the military challenge over to the Targ player for his challenges.
I'll do a military of 4.
So 4 strength military. Left and right can put 4 in on defense, but you'll have to put Randall with them to successfully, well, try to successfully defend. But he's got, we see a Dracarys in hand. It's Sean's itching to play. He's got the Standing Dragon, got the gold. He'll burn through either left or right or Randall, whichever he wants to.
I'll take an action.
So Scheming Septon, getting 2 gold, popping them, putting them on the top of the deck, drawing a card.
I will. Another action.
So an Old Town Informer coming in. Off ambush. Is he going to bestow it to try to cycle some cards here? Looks like he's digging for something. He is going to do it. Bestow 2. Trigger High Tower to get a gold. Then draw that Scheming Septon he just put on there. And now he's going to trigger her to draw 2 cards. And then he'll have to discard 2 cards, which he could put something into Seed Flea Bottom. Since he has a gold now. Not sure what he discarded. We can't see it's on the screen. I think one might have been a Garth the Gross he had in hand there. Yeah, it is. Garth the Gross coming in off Flea Bottom.
I guess he turns on, yeah, because it's all simultaneous.
Yeah. Yep. So then, blockers will be.
So Garth getting a strength buff, military icon, intrigue icon. I think he's got renown now also, because there is a lord and a lady in play for Tyrell.
I'll block your military with Garth.
All right. Assuming no left and right.
No left and right.
So left and right are not defending. Garth the Gross drops in, defends, blocks the unopposed, dies Marge trigger here. And are you going to get Mace or Renly? Well, I might just go with Cheap Lord here. Looks like he's got Garland. It's a cheap renowned body. Yeah, it's going to be Garland. Doesn't want to leave a Renly or a Mace exposed if a Valar Morghulis could be flipped next turn. That makes sense if he thinks he can't close it out here. He's at 11 power. But I mean, there's the Renown body. He's got Marge Renown. He's got Randall Renown. But he may not want to put any of them into harm's way with the Blood of the Dragon. And he's got time on his side since his opponent does have 0 power right now.
Yeah, that'll be all. You'll get that.
And Dominus goes to Tyrell player. That's going to be it. So 12-0 for the Tyrell player. Brad here. Brad playing very well.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's.
All right.
First snow into Velardo Harris. So it was a good call not putting Mace or Renly on the board. VD or VM are both big hits against that.
We'll make you first player.
Okay.
So first player is the Tyrell player.
I'm going to keep.
I think you keep Marge on the board.
Oh, I'm sorry. I heard you 2 cards from last turn.
Oh, okay.
Oh, looks like the Targ player forgot to discard for taxation. Plaza Pride and Aegon.
Keep Randall.
Oh, he's going to keep Randall.
Oh yeah, because that was the first one. Yeah, and Garland.
He's going to keep Garland and Randall.
So one of these gets discarded, right? Because he's due. Is that how?
No, it cannot be saved anyway.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they both go on the bottom.
No, one will just get discarded. The other one will go to
Okay,
the
yeah, that's what. And is it my pick? What order?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. we'll do.
If it matters, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'll choose Danny, Rhaegal, and Sunday.
Okay.
So Danny, Rhaegal, and Missandei saved on the other side for Velardo Harris. Stormcrow's going to the bottom of the deck there.
It's not less, so Bigger King. Draw 2.
So is this reset what the Targ player needs to turn this thing around? We will see here. First Snow is going to send Missandei back to hand, but if she's discarded anyway, she can come back into play. And there is Renly, Hightower trigger. So 15 minutes left in the round. We just heard called there. See a bodyguard in hand. He's still going to play in that. Oh, he's protecting his power. As best he can against Targ. So he's putting a card in the shadows, most likely a Scheming Septon. It's a good way to get around first Snow. And saves 3 gold over the Targ player for his marshalling.
Dupe on Danny.
So Danny gets duped up.
I'll kneel this and pay 3 to Crown Garland.
So Crown of Gold on Garland sends him to the dead pile.
I'll kneel the port for 2. Kneel the port for 2 more.
So you want to do that to get 4 in the dead pile, so we get 2 off his Slayer's Bay ports each.
I'll play Viserion.
So Viserion he's playing it, of course, because he has a dupe to keep it in play from first Snow. He'll just sack the dupe to save it from returning back to hand.
Nothing else besides that.
So he had Khal Drogo in hand, and interestingly, he did not go that route instead. But at least saving money and having Dragon standing threatens the burn. So it can maybe scare Brad out of doing any challenges here. Oh yeah, Danny's milk now too. I didn't realize that.
Trigger Hightower?
Yep.
So now coming out of shadows is the Scheming Septon triggering Hightower.
We will think about this for a minute. How about...
Oh no, sorry. Scheming Septon came in off Flea Bottom. The one in shadows is still there. Derp-a-derp. And he does have a Dracarys in hand, we see, as he's flipping through his cards there. He's got Dracarys, Missandei, Khal Drogo, and Ser Jorah Mormont. And we have a power challenge with Renly for 6 strength.
Okay. I'll defend.
He's going to block the unopposed, but he's still going to claim. Oh, there's nothing to claim. Yeah, he's just going to get renowned. It's not the worst. He's going to draw off Insight too, probably. It doesn't look like it was loyal, or he didn't want to trigger the reaction.
I will...
So milk on Danny means he can't snipe Randall, I don't think. But we could see a snipe on the Scheming Septon to lead into a nice March play next turn, maybe. I think Brad's going to try to be careful of that and not be too aggressive here.
Oh, it's without attachments. So you have to kneel both of them. So, oh, you do have coast on that. Sure, I will... Yeah, we'll do...
So Scheming Septon pop. which gets enough gold. You can bring another one into play from Shadows, too. That's the other backup he has. Gets his 2 gold, draws a card, puts the Scheming Septon on the top of the deck.
Let's try
So he's going to do a military with Randall.
Okay. I'll defend that one.
And Rygel's going to block the unopposed.
For 3, 2, 5. This is just deciding on something. Do you have any actions, rather?
I'm winning right now, 5-3.
Looks like he's debating the Dracarys by kneeling Daenerys to stop Randall from winning here, so Rygel can possibly win on the defense. But he kneels himself out and leaves himself open for that 3rd challenge from the Scheming Septon, which would probably close out the game. But I could be wrong.
So I will get
Just a renown.
yes. Renown.
And yeah, dupe from Dany for claim. That makes sense. Randall's got 5 power on him now. So I think the Tyrell player is 1 power away from winning here. He's got 8 on the house card. He's got 6 out on his characters. So yeah, he's 1 power away. Could do an intrigue, I think, with the Scheming Septon. Oh, Hightower Spy. Triggering on Randall. Getting the +2 bump, standing Randall.
I will.
So that's setting him up for the dominance win, I think. He's what he's trying to do here. And he could bring the Scheming Septon out of Shadows, I think, with the 2 gold, which makes sense. Yep, another character standing. Oh, he's going to do the intrigue challenge, actually. Force Dany to defend it. And if Dany defends, you got Randall stand there to win dominance. So I think it's a rock and a hard place. Yep, means that's it. So Sean's eliminated. Brad moves on to the top 4. Stay tuned. We got those top 4 games coming up. We got another top 8 game coming up. So stay tuned to the channel and the finals, obviously. So more Thrones coming up. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, hit that little alarm bell button beside the subscribe button to be notified every time a video goes up. And hit that like button to help other people find these Thrones videos, help the channel grow. But thanks a lot for being here watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.